Might be seen later on.
Okay, okay. Started the recording. Yeah, so the first question was there are so many dimensions, and the moment we go to higher dimensions, we try to align that with a formless creature, or we the guided meditation says that okay, you are now formless. Why so? So one of the fundamental reason is I was explaining in one of the sessions, if you remember, I was explaining what are the different dimensions as far as, I mean, close to 10 or 12, I was discussing. And the moment you go beyond the fourth dimension, the first three dimensions are height, length, breadth, and so on. The three dimensions. The fourth dimension is that of time. So, for example, if a footballer is kicking a ball, so how the height, length, breadth, and time acts together. For example, if I'm moving my finger from here to here, this is fourth dimension. Okay. So time and movement comes in fourth dimension. And actually, our senses are limited up to fourth dimension if we are in full senses right now, consciousness that we call. Okay, our normal consciousness. Now, anything beyond this, our mind is unable to apprehend or analyze. We are not able to analyze that beyond. So that is why anything that happens beyond this, we say, many of us, we block ourselves. Why? Because since birth, we are used to the four-dimensional world, three and four. Anything that we cannot touch, anything we cannot feel, anything that doesn't have a length, breadth, height, or anything that doesn't move with respect to time, we feel that, oh, imagination. It doesn't exist. So, automatically, this takes us to the next level that the moment we talk about the fifth dimension onwards, it is figureless, spaceless, timeless. That is the definition of the fifth dimension, and we move beyond the fifth dimension from there. So, spirituality or our existence beyond our physical body starts with the fifth dimension. That is, if you want to align with other concepts, it is beyond the crown chakra. It is after the crown chakra. So the chakras within the body are within the three-dimensional or the fourth-dimensional chakra existence. Beyond that is fifth-dimensional. So the moment we move our consciousness beyond the crown chakra to soul start chakra and galactic chakra and all the other chakras, it is fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension, and so on. It goes higher and higher. So that is why if I want to take you to higher levels of consciousness, I cannot take you to higher levels of consciousness with the physical body. You have to carry your baggage, your luggage when you're traveling. Okay. And that luggage is, you have to leave your own bed at home and then go with the luggage. So leaving your own bed at home is your physical body. Okay. So you keep your physical body at home and go with a bag, and everything, your clothes, everything is there in that bag. Okay. So that is the whole concept that we talk about. Okay. Now, there was another question that, okay, there is no specific form, name, sensor effects of soul spirits, how the Akashic records identified the record, how the Akashic records identified by the record keepers in absence of our name or identification marks. Okay. Now see, though when we are at the soul state, uh, we are we are formless, we are just a piece of light ball, but our identity at this in this world, in this on earth, is with a name. Okay, it may be with Elba, it may be Gitu, it may be Vinith, It may be Pathak, it could be Neelam, it could be Prema. So the names are there. So there is an identification. For example, if I'm offering healing to you, many of my friends say that, Dev, I'm suffering from this. Can you just offer a quick healing? So if I offer a healing to you, all that I need is your name and place where you are. And the heavens can connect, and I can be a conduit, I can be a channel to heal you. And most of the spiritual healing works that way. So wherever you are, wherever you are, the only name that I can assign to your soul is what I am aware of. So I am aware of you as Vineet. In previous birth, you may be Gurmeet, or you may be somebody else. We are not aware of. So right now in this birth, you are Elba, you are Prema, you are Gitu, like that. So that is a key of your soul, identity of your soul. I just take that key and connect it to your soul. But is your soul Elba? No. Your soul has seen 248 births, and in every birth you had a name. Now, I'm not aware of those names all the time. Okay, so that is why we take this birth's name, which is most authentic for all of us, to identify your soul and take your soul to different journeys. Okay, how they are mapped and searched for us. How do we ensure? Okay, now this is an interesting question. The question is, okay, during the meditation, you took us to a temple, and from the temple, you took us to a room, and in that room, our name was written, and we entered. Okay, now we have to understand that um, the higher realms beyond the fourth dimension do not work based on physical entities. They are not physical. Everything is non-physical. We often talk and think based on our limitations of this physical world and try to align that the whole universe is physical. Universe is not physical. So if you can create the right imagination, the thought, creation happens. Okay, so that is why so many books have been written on the power of your thought. Because the words that we utter, the thoughts that we carry in our mind can change our lives. Create vibrations to make those happen. All the time, if you keep on thinking, oh, I really have pity on myself. I'm such a poor guy. My God. Look at others. Everybody's so happy, and my life is so miserable. My God. Your life will become even more miserable because you are trying to weave in your mind, you know what? I am miserable. So the whole dimensions beyond the fourth dimension create vibrations to make your life even more miserable. If you can change your thought, saying that I just have a tooth pain. People are having trigeminal neuralgia, and that pain is unbearable. It starts from here, comes here down to the jaws till here, and this pain is so intense that you cannot speak, you cannot open your mouth, you cannot eat, it's miserable. I am so lucky, it is just a single tooth paining a bit. I'm sure by tomorrow I'll be fine. The positivity of thought can change the physical world. Remember, the dimensions up are much more than four. We don't even know how many dimensions are there over there. It just starts from five. Beyond five, we don't even know. We can't even anticipate. So those dimensions are much more powerful than our dimension. We believe in our dimensions because this is what we see. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The iceberg is huge, gigantic. It's like a continent. And I'm just seeing a small village of it. Any questions in this regard, then, or we move on?
Mm,
So there was, yes,
yeah, thank you.
sure.
This is very controversial because people might say that you cannot heal yourself only with positive thoughts, right? I mean, thoughts. At some point, we are humans and we need to get ill because somehow we have to die. And so, how can we fight against this idea that we can heal ourselves from everything that we are suffering right now just with positive thoughts and meditation? Because somehow we have to die. So, how to understand this process?
Okay. So there are two thoughts here. I would like to keep death a bit aside. First comes first. The first point that you mentioned about healing self. And now, maybe sometime if Dia was there, then Dia would have helped us also. So, when we talk about thoughts, how does thoughts? I'll give you a live example of a BBC documentary that was created. Maybe if I can share you that BBC documentary sometime. So this is about a person who is a cyclist, and he was in the national level championships. This guy is from Argentina, and while biking one day, he met with an accident, and he broke his spine. And that was so bad that he was hospitalized, and then he was like in total bed rest. He couldn't even sit up. Okay. And doctor said that you have some blood complications because of which we cannot operate on you right now. You have to take some rest. Once your complications are gone, then we can take the risk of operating, because now it is really, really complex. So for some reason, this guy came across something on positive thinking and imagination and all of that. So every day he did not have any work because he was always in the bed. So there's no work as such. So he was trying to create thoughts in his mind of his spine, and how he can heal each and every spine to create uh, exactly how it was when before the accident. He tried this exercise for close to an year. And during this process, several things happened. Initially, he used to just think and it used to go away. And then he thought that, you know what, I'm not a doctor myself. So I don't even have the clear picture of my spine. I don't even know how the spine looks like. What is the actual color? So then he started changing his thoughts gradually, one after the other. And then he started viewing YouTube and different channels on how spine surgery is done. And he went through the spine surgery videos time and again and again, again and again. And he went through the spine surgery as if he was asked to operate, he could have done it. He went it so many times because he knew every second what happens after what, how it is to be done. Then he discussed with his doctor, what is my case? And he showed the video. Is it like this? Is the surgery this way? If it is, everything is perfect. Is this the way? The doctor said, not exactly, but yes, at this point, it will be slightly different because your fracture is on the left side, not on the right side. What you're seeing is, so some alterations were there. So then he started weaving those alterations in the imagination of what he was actually seeing in the YouTube. And then started creating the picture. And then he used to perform his own surgery in his imagination, every bit by bit. The visualization was so real that whatever is real will fall short of it. And one day came when he was extremely satisfied with his surgery. He claimed that this was the perfect surgery today. I was not out of focus. I did exactly the way it should be done. My doctor said, the YouTube, everything, it was the perfect day for his life. And if you see the YouTube video, you will see this fellow did not require a surgery. He started getting up and sitting up, and then the last part of the video shows that he's again cycling without the surgery. Now the question is this really possible? When I imagine I'm not able to cure myself, isn't it? So the reason for that is the depth of the visualization. The depth. There are two elements in the visualization. The depth of the visualization, the granular details of the visualization. Granular details. And the second, if you are, one is connected with the other, if you are able to feel that granular details, then your trust on the visualization is beyond 100%. Because without faith, without belief, anything in the higher dimensions doesn't work. That is why people keep on saying, do you believe in God? Why believe? Why? What is belief system? What is trust? Which means, can you replace your trust with reality? That is the key. So that is why many a times, where suppose you are cooking and suddenly some drops of boiling oil spills on your skin and it starts burning. It is foolish to feel, oh, nothing is happening. Because the three-dimensional world says that here, look here, the oil has spilled over here and it is, I mean, I can see. How can I imagine nothing has happened? This is the contradiction between the three-dimensional world and the multi-dimensional world. So that is why to create the environment of the multi-dimensional world, what you have to do is to combine, is to merge the concepts of the three-dimensional world with the multi-dimensional. So what you should do? What this fellow did. He saw the YouTube, the three-dimensional world. Talking to the doctor, three-dimensional world. Doctor explaining how it should be done, three-dimensional world. Then, with the help of the three-dimensional world, he went to the higher dimensional world of visualization. Same is what you can do when there are these burns on your hand. Immediately you have to put it in water, flowing water. The moment you put your hand in flowing water, then your pain is gone. Immediately your pain is gone. I'm sure all of you must have had some burns in your life. We all have. Something is there always. Okay, so the moment you put it in water, flowing water, the pain is gone. When the pain is gone, close your eyes and visualize. There are different forms of visualizations. Visualize that nothing has happened. Whatever is there is clean. See the magic. You will not have the boils. You will not have that water, this thing. Nothing will happen. Take your hand out of the water after 5 minutes and it is normal. Nothing is there. It is the depth of our visualization which is important. How deep is your visualization?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So the automatic form of visualization is dreams. I mean, you don't need to ask for it. It happens automatically. And most of the time, dreams have their own interpretations also. Okay. Like a couple of days back, one of my friend, Neelam, you must be knowing Munisha, she saw that her daughter is getting married. And she was like, no, 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 I don't want her to marry now. I want her to establish, I want her to settle herself, earn money, and do this. I really don't want her to marry now. And she called, Deb, please, is this real? I saw this. Is this real? And you will be surprised. The the actual dream did not mean that her daughter is getting married. It was a kind of a trust issue that my friend was facing in her corporate life. So many times, see, the higher dimensions are very, very wise. The wisdom of the higher dimension is very difficult to grasp at times. So they communicate in their language, and we feel that, oh my God, is this what it is? But the interpretations could be very, very different. Okay, so I explained the meaning of the dream, and then she just responded, "Thanks, Dev. I was so worried." Actually, the dream had nothing to do with her daughter. The dream was totally for her, not for her daughter at all. So these are things. I'll give you another example. Long, long time back, I have a very dear friend called Puneet, and I conducted. By the way, Puneet actually went to Nairod also to take a course on private equity. So I was doing a past life regression for Puneet, and Puneet saw that he was running after a white rabbit, and then suddenly he sees that the white rabbit enters into a hole, and uh, and he sees himself as a small boy, as a boy, and he's running, but the hole is just before a cliff of a mountain. So the rabbit enters into that hole, but because he was running very fast, he could not control his speed. He falls down from the cliff and dies. So this was his dream. Not dream. He sees in his past life. So those were very, very, very initial days of my past life regression, way back, maybe 20 years back. So neither I knew the answer, what it was, nor he knew the answer. So after a long time, we met. And then we were talking about, remember, we saw that, I saw that dream and this and that and that. So then he said, you know what? I was watching Matrix the other day. And then I could relate the white rabbit with Matrix. It is actually the concept of Alice in Wonderland. And then he himself came up with the answer. The dream wanted to tell him that you are chasing the white rabbit. You are chasing the impossible. This is not going to happen. So I'll give you a very short background. Puneet is a private equity guy, and he is into deals and all of that. So he was trying to create his own fund of funds from which he can finance companies to move to from a startup to a higher level and so on. All those things were there, and he was unable to gather that money and create the fund. So the dream was there to tell him, stop chasing the white rabbit. This is not going to happen. Focus on something else. And if you keep on chasing the rabbit, the cliff is there, you will fall from the cliff. Luckily, Puneet moved out of his that profession, and now today he's a professor. He's doing excellently well. So the message there was, stop chasing the white rabbit. But at that time, we did not even understand, what is this rabbit? What is this hole? I am falling down the cliff, so I'm dying. What is the meaning? So many times, higher dimensions, they pass on messages to us, which we need to interpret. It may not be in our language that we understand or apprehend. I don't think I have any more questions here. Uh, okay. Yes, there's a question. What's the purpose of our existence on earth? Is chanting Lord's name regularly whether that can heal, is what you're asking. Okay, purpose of life is to become a better soul. And that is your Akashic records, and that is what we keep on doing. So when you must have seen a lot of this Hollywood and Bollywood movies where you have seen the villain coming out of a Audi Q7 or a Porsche and so on, extremely rich and with a gun and coming openly and fighting and killing so many people. All of us have seen those kind of movies. So those are depictions of human beings with the animal instinct, which means they look like humans, but deep inside they are not humans, they are animals. So in front of an animal, if you suppose you are facing a tiger in front of you, can you plead the tiger, please, can you please eat grass and not attack me? So much of grass is around, so many trees are around. Can't you become a vegetarian? Look, so many of us are vegetarians here. Can't you become a vegetarian? A tiger will not become a vegetarian. Please understand that. So there is always a difference of souls. In front of you, you might be sitting and chatting with your boss. Your boss might be earning in millions and you may be earning in thousands, but you may be a far higher soul than your boss. So the hierarchy in this world means nothing. This hierarchy is to teach you certain lessons. That's all. The purpose of this life is to learn the lessons. If you're able to learn your lessons, you move to the next lesson in your next birth. Else, you drag on with the lessons birth after birth. People who have trust issues, your masters will take you into those crossroads where you have trust issues so that you learn and move on. Many of us, we don't have trust issues. So I don't have any lessons on trust. The way I am is my first thing is I start with 100% trust, and it is upon the other person to prove that he or she is not trustworthy. But there are people on earth who starts a relationship with zero trust, and then it is the responsibilities on the other person to build on the trust 1%, 2%, 3% by their actions. That is another way of looking at life. Okay, punctuality. So many, so many lessons are there for which we come on earth. So each one of these teach us lessons. And if you're able to learn the lessons, you move to the next. Else, we keep on dragging ourselves with the same things again and again.
Dr. Malik, I want to ask you one question. Can we
Yes.
see the things with the naked eyes, the higher dimension in the nature?
Yes, we can. I will tell you something. A very interesting thing happened. Anil ji is not here today. So once what happened, Mr. Anil Dubey, who often comes, even yesterday he was there in the session. So Anil stays in the same city where I am right now, and once he came with a journalist to my home. Okay, and this journalist um, had had a kind of a suspicion in his mind. You may call it an investigative mindset or whatever it is. And his whole objective was to prove that I am fake. Okay. So, and I could read that very well. It was there on his eyes. And we started talking. And while he was talking, he asked me a few questions about him and several things. So I was answering. And Anil asked me, can I have a glass of water? So I went inside to bring a glass of water. And just behind my where they were sitting. I'll show you where I was sitting. So I was so this is where I was. This is where this person was sitting, and just outside there is a window. If you see, it is dark now. There's a balcony outside. Okay, here there is a balcony outside. Okay, now in that balcony, the glass was open. It was hot also, and in the balcony he suddenly sensed some fragrance. Okay, and he turned. I'm already having goosebumps. He turned and he saw two ladies standing there, like a mother and a child, in white gown. Okay, and he was like shocked. He was he was terrified. What is this? And then immediately he called, and Anilji could not see anything. He was on his phone. He did not see anything. And then he came running to the kitchen where I was getting the water for him. And then he said, who is there outside? I said, nobody's there outside. It's a veranda. And beyond the veranda, there is a field where kids play football. So there is nothing outside. But what did I see? I said, you saw what you were not able to believe, what you were not able to trust. I mean, if Anilji was there today, then he would have answered. He would have told you the same story. And then he said, I want to write a series of stories, this and that, and all sorts of things he said. He used to come to some of my sessions later on, but of course, we are not much in touch now. So many a times what happens, if you are unable to believe something, okay, it comes, higher dimensions creates an environment to show you. Like if you are connected to the clouds, clouds will take some forms to pass on messages to you. Okay, if you are connected with fragrance, smell, and this used to happen with me, I could sense the presence of, like when I call spirits for a session, I can feel their presence by the fragrance. I immediately feel the change in the temperature where I'm sitting, and I can feel a mild fragrance through which I can feel their presence. Like now I can feel the presence, and I can't explain how I feel. It's so much deep inside, I cannot express how I feel. And I'm sure this happens with many of you when you're traveling through guided meditation with me. Many of the things that you see, you experience, are you able to write down all of that? Oh, it's impossible. It's not possible to write down because some of these experiences cannot be explained in words.
Yeah, I also feel sometimes the beautiful breeze, sometimes the fragrance, and sometimes the prickling heat. Because when you came here, because I opened, we are direct now. I could feel your energy. I have that prickling heats on my body.
Correct. You need to open your senses to feel all those changes. If you don't open up yourself, then you will not be able to understand those changes.
But sometimes it's very difficult, because we are all changing day by day, but our friends are all same. So nowadays it's very difficult with my old friends.
That is
Very
that is the
difficult.
challenge.
Very difficult.
Yes. That is
I
always
feel
a
so
challenge.
boring. I feel so boring when I'm with them,
Yes.
And sometimes I'm so happy with a stranger.
That is very, very normal. In fact, I discussed this earlier also. So first and foremost, at every stage in life, you have a guide. Okay. Um, if I take the example of Elba, I'm not opening up, but just I'm sharing. She has gone through a lot in her life. a lot. And when I say a lot, she has really has seen the worst part of life in her life. Now the question is, are you able to consider all of this, all of these learnings, all of that you go through positively to build yourself for the future, or you succumb to the pressure and give up? Okay, so as long as you consider this as my learning and you're able to move on, life changes. And every point when you are going through hell, your guide was different. Today, your guide is different. It is not the same guide. Just like you will go to an orthopedic surgeon if you have a knee issue. You will go to an ophthalmologist if you're having an eye issue. If you have a nerve problem, you go to a neurologist. Like that,
Yeah.
at different phases of a life, our guides keep on changing because you need a specialist to guide you. And the deeper we can establish or connect with our guides, the more we can draw from them and become better and better. Like over the last maybe year or so, maybe 2 years, my guide has changed. Okay, I can feel that my guide has changed. So it happens. And when your guides change, the impact is also visible in your attitude, in your behavior, your friends, people who were so close to you are not so close now. You might find new friends, sometimes you don't, and so on. It's very normal. And the other aspect that you were talking about suddenly finding somebody very close and others not so much, is also related to your past lives. So we say that, in every life, we it's kind of a statistics. Every life we fall in love 4 to 5 times. Okay, and that is because you remember your past husbands or wives, and they are all there close to you, somewhere. And whenever you meet them, you feel so connected. You feel that, oh my God, I mean, you just, your love pours out for no reason. You may not even knowing the person. And the person who actually loves you in this life wants to do everything for you, you just wants to stay away from that person because you don't feel anything.
No, but
Similarly,
I feel that,
sometimes,
yeah,
yeah.
tell me.
Similarly, you may feel few people whom you don't know at all, but they have not reached you any harm in life at all. But the moment they come close to you, you feel extremely irritated. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I just can't stand this person. And if you ask yourself deep inside, what did he do that you can't stand? What did he do? And deep inside, he did nothing wrong. Yet you can't stand. That is your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is telling you, Vineet, don't you remember? Don't you remember? Of course, you don't remember. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. So the stay away message comes in the form of irritation. And just the
Okay.
opposite also happens. Prema, don't you remember? This is the person who was there beside your bed when you took your last breath in so and so birth. Can't you recognize him? Like that. So the vibes match.
But I always feel that, I always meet the right person on the right time.
Yes.
I don't search for it, but they will come to me. Like you came to my life now. There are so many. The right person will
Yes.
come to and everybody guides me.
In fact, Prema, right person comes to life for all. Question is, do we keep our doors open to welcome them? If your doors are open to welcome, the right person will always come at the right time. The question is, keep your doors open.
Yeah. And they guide me in the proper way.
Yeah. So it is again in the mind, the state of mind. Okay. If your state of mind is, oh, I am in a horrible state, I am so depressed, I am da, then you know what kind of people will come in your life.
And I never feel scared because I always feel I am accompanied. I'm not alone.
Correct.
And especially, when I am alone, when I travel alone, I feel so much security around me. Maybe it's impression, but I always feel so much security in me. And it's like that I carried away.
Right. Yes. Any other questions? Neelam? Gitu? You can also, yeah, sorry, I have a question. Okay, so somebody asks a question many times when we are deep into meditation, and I ask you to visualize your guide. You might see your father who passed away more than 30 years back, or you may see your grandfather or uncle or somebody who was very dear to you during one of your previous births. This is very common. Very common because if you remember, I had a slide on the Akashic records, the main pillars of the Akashic records, and there I told you there are the lords, there are the teachers, and there are these loved ones. So the loved ones in terms of Akashic records are those who lived with you in this life at some point in time, and now they are not there anymore. So they are your primary guides in life because they know you so well. So the moment you are in a fifth or sixth or seventh dimension, your vibrations match with them very fast. Because in the physical realm, at some point in time, you lived together. So they find it very easy to match vibration with you. Your cat is also grasping a lot, huh?
And second thing is, how to protect our energy, because when you are sensible with the negative energy, how you protect our own energy? Because
Very simple.
when some negative people comes, I feel that their energy. So how to
Yes.
protect from the negative
Yes.
energy?
I don't think that is a big deal at all, because what you should do is whenever you are about to meet somebody, or when you have a meeting, or you are going out, you are about to be exposed outside, just close your eyes, pull your, twist your tongue, okay, close your eyes, and pull energy from Mother Earth through your root chakra and pass it through a line through your crown chakra in a second. That happens in a second. Once your cat is very adorable.
He has been
So-
watching you the whole time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So do that. And the moment you are able to align your energy through your root chakra, through all the chakras, through your crown chakra up, and your tongue is, touching your palate, then what you have to do is, through that line, the line that goes, you just create through that line a bubble of white light, a balloon of white light, and just call the divine and say that, divine, please keep me protected in this bubble of white light. And just visualize that this beautiful white light is there that is protecting you. That's all. And this exercise will not take more than 5 seconds. If you do it every time, it'll take 5 seconds.
No, sometimes when I go to France and all that, the people, when they come without asking my permission, they will hug me. And when they hug, it's, and I don't have the time to protect them, please don't hug me. But they'll come, oh, you're so nice. And they'll come and hug me, and they just drain the
Yes.
my energy.
Yes.
And
No.
the
You have to protect yourself, and you have to protect in such a way that your energy doesn't pass on. It is protected. So once you keep yourself in that bubble of white light, balloon of white light, okay, see yourself in that balloon of white light before you expose yourself every day morning, maybe. Okay,
okay.
every day morning, protect yourself in that white light, white bubble, and then start your day. Okay, and then don't forget, when you come back home, you have to move yourself out of the bubble, because you also need to attract universal energy, not just everything from
Okay.
the bubble. Okay, so your energy has to be exposed to the universe also. So when you're back home, remove yourself. Imagine that white light gradually opens like this, and you're out of the bubble. Again, when you
Okay.
are planning to move out, your energies are all aligned, and here you create the bubble this way, and you're protected. Such is the power of imagination.
Okay. No, I always problem in my life with the negative energy of others.
Yes, it's more it happens more with people who are slightly, advanced souls. So it's very simple to explain. For example, if your skin is very rough, okay, if your skin is very rough, then generally it's not so much prone to infections.
No, mine is
But if your
very soft,
skin, yes,
extremely
so if
soft,
you're, yeah,
like a baby.
correct. If your skin is very delicate, then you expose yourself to, harsh temperature, the color changes, rashes, and all of that happens. It is also the same with our soul. If your soul is advanced, then it is more prone to take others' negativities. It can take negativities. It tries to heal others. So it tries to pass on positivity, and then it drains you. Whenever you have to pass positivity to others, whenever you need to heal others, you should remember that you are just a channel. Don't pass your own energy.
I don't heal anyone. I don't heal
No, I'm
anyone.
just saying, sometimes if we are trying to even have good wishes for somebody,
Yeah, that's I always have, yes.
you do it from heavens, as if heaven is passing good wishes to that person through you as a channel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it is not my good wishes, divine wishes. I am just a channel to pass on divine good wishes to you. So then your energy remains intact.
Sir, when we roll our tongue, as you have told, when we roll tongue in the palate and we protect uh, our energy through bubble, so do we have to keep the spine straight?
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. You have to sit straight. You have to just sit straight or stand straight. Don't fold your legs. Preferably, if you are sitting, then it should be 30 degrees. Sit straight. Pull your anus, okay, root chakra, and feel that universal energy from Mother Earth is passing through your root chakra, passing through a sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat, third eye, crown chakra, and going up. The channel is straight. Just in a second, you can just imagine it. And the moment
And
the
when we
light goes up, create the ball, create the entire ball, and protect yourself.
and when
If
we
you
come out
wish,
of the energy, sir?
pardon? Coming out is also very easy. Just sit down or stand and imagine that ball that you have created, and gradually open the ball and fold as if the ball can fold. Like, earlier there used to be this folding fans, hand fans. It is folding, and it enters into your heart or body. Again, when you require, you open it that way. In fact, what you can do also in the morning, you can, whenever you're going out, you can create that balloon. And when you are meeting somebody and you are feeling that maybe something could be there, you can reactivate that also, just to ensure that it is active.
We can use the same system for sleeping also.
Yes. You just need to stand straight, close your eyes, and within 4 seconds, you can do it.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
have also same problem. If I go to some place, there are so many people are there.
Just before
And
you
if there is
enter,
one negative person there, I cannot sleep the whole night.
correct. So just before you enter, close your eyes, put yourself in the balloon and enter.
Okay. And the morning when you get up, you come out.
No. Once you go back home, when you're not
No,
exposed to
because
any
when
kind of,
I'm talking when I go to some place and there are so many people are there. If it's one negative person, then I cannot sleep the whole
Correct.
night.
Correct. So once you are out of the place, once you are in your own place, then you can
Okay.
again uncover yourself.
Okay.
Yes. Elba, you're not allowing your cat to learn.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes. Anybody else? Okay, then we can have this kind of conversations sometimes. In Bengali, we call it adda.
Yeah.
So,
It has been very nice, this conversation. Thank you very much. And I have just last question.
yeah,
Is
sure.
it possible? Thank you. Is it possible to believe, in my case, this is one of my 3 cats, but the 3 of them have a very specific reason to be in my life, right? And in this case, this one is the one who always is remember me that the small pieces in life are those who will give you the more joyful moments in life, right? He's always there. Remember me that we have to play, we have to laugh, we have to love, we have to, okay. As you can see, we have to play all the time, right?
Yes.
So is it possible to understand that it might be a reason why they are here? We might be, I don't know, for me, it's like we have been traveling together for so many lives before, but right now they are taking this shape as a cat and me as a human. But maybe in our next life, we are going to be something different, but we are always traveling together. I don't know if it's possible to think that.
Yes. Generally speaking, forget about cats. Any living being, if you are with a living being for more than a year, and to be even more precise, if you are with any living being more than 2 years, you have a past life connection. And if you are living with anybody in the same house, under the same roof for more than 6 months, you have a past life connection.
Oh, how beautiful.
Okay. So it is impossible that your cats were not with you in previous births. It is impossible. Okay. And cats are those animals which understands emotions, which understands vibrations of higher dimensions much deeper than humans. You may be thinking right now that the cat is not understanding what is going on here. Cat may not understand English, cat may not understand the language that we are speaking, but cat understands the vibrations of the session. That is what it is liking.
I see. Oh, okay.
They can feel it, they can sense it, they can see it also. That's what I
Yes.
feel with my
Yes.
cat.
Yes. You can run an experiment. Suppose if you are having a Zoom call with your boss, where your boss is blasting and saying, why this not, why that not, you will see the cat is not behaving the same way. It is behaving differently, as if it is trying to protect you. It's trying to be possessive. The actions are different. And now the action is different. Now it is being playful with you, as if, oh, I am also part of it. Can I be part of this game, please? That's the message he's trying to pass on now. So it may not understand your boss's language, but it understands that, my owner is in trouble. I have to protect her.
Right,
And when
that's
you're
true.
sick, also the cat can understand when you are sick.
Yes, yes. Yeah. That is of course there, yeah.
Yeah, and you should know, I would like to share something very quick with you all. I have a
Yes.
15 years old cat, Chai. He's over there sleeping. He has cancer, stomach cancer. He has had cancer since 5 years ago. And the doctor said, oh, no, you know what? No, 3 months and that's it. He's gonna die 5 years ago. And I said, no way, not in my shift. That cat is not gonna die. So every time that we go to the oncologist, they say that, how come is this happening? This is not possible. Of course, he has his medication, special food, whatever, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah.
Yes.
But he has been 5 years living and kicking, and for the oncologist, that is not possible. There's no explanation why this is happening. So it's because I always talk to Chai every single day, and I say, you cannot leave. I'm not allowing you to leave right now. So it seems that it has been working.
Yes. So, just to add to what you're doing a marvelous job, of course. Just to add to what you're doing, whichever organs are affected, okay, just even if you don't touch the cat, just pass on divine love. Just be a channel of passing divine love to that organ.
Okay.
Okay, love is something that can melt any kind of blockage. Love is the solution for anything in this universe.
Right.
And the lowest
Yes.
form of love is romantic love.
That you have to cut.
That is the lowest form of love.
And sir, what
That
is
is
the
okay
highest
when
form
you're
of love,
young,
sir?
that
Pardon?
And sir,
that happens when
and what
you're
is the
young,
highest,
that's
sir, what is the
Yes,
highest form of love?
highest form of love is unconditional love. Okay,
Towards
so
anyone?
yes, it's very difficult to define what is unconditional love, because I feel that um, it's like it's easy to define unconditional love, but it is very difficult to display unconditional love. For example, um, whenever you're doing something for somebody, you're doing because it gives you joy. So deep inside, it is not unconditional, because you are getting something when you're giving something. So unconditional joy is kind of an ultimate thing. It's ultimate. It's beyond everything. And that is how love can melt all blockages. And if you can draw divine love, it is unconditional, and that is the purest form of love. That if you can pass on to the organs, then healing takes place faster. That's true for human beings, true for us, true for others, true for all. I think it was a very, very enriching discussion, and I really loved talking today. Thank you so much. We can have this kind of chat sessions, informal chat sessions, where it's such a wonderful group, and the best part of this kind of discussions is it's so non-judgmental. Nobody's judging here. Oh, you don't even know this. Oh, you are this. Oh, you are that. That is because the heavens don't judge. And we human beings keep on judging people all the time.
Mhm.
So, uh, the quality of a discussion really goes much high up when everybody is non-judgmental and everybody is connected only through love. Thank you so much. If you may, then maybe we can. There is one more question. 1 second. Why do I feel bad if someone is hurt? I feel for something. Uh, well, all matured souls feel bad when somebody is hurt. Okay, and that is basic um, human nature. And what differentiates a human being from an animal is the depth and intensity of emotions. Okay, animals have emotions, but our emotions are, I won't compare, but slightly different. Okay, so animals, other than their own, um, siblings or children and so on, they don't feel when others are hurt. They may feel for their owner and things like that, but a random person, they may not feel. For example, if you're walking on the streets and if you see a person um, uh, touching his stomach and he's doing like this, you will understand that the person is suffering from stomach ache. Okay, you feel hurt, you feel bad, you feel that, can I do something for this person? You may not finally do anything, but even that feeling of, if I could have done something for this person, if I had the power to heal this person, that is the symptom of a good soul. Okay. There are a lot of people who are totally indifferent. But when you see that, you feel bad, you feel hurt because you are an advanced soul. And it should be like that. That is what differentiates a human being from a non-human being. Okay. If you don't feel hurt when somebody else is hurt, then you're not human. Let me
Yeah,
put it
only
this
the
way.
body, that's all.
Yes, yes. You should feel hurt. I mean, should feel hurt, matlab, not that, I mean, I'm not talking in a negative sense. I'm just saying that you should feel pain of the other person,
Yeah,
5%, 10%, whatever it is. You cannot feel the entire pain of that person, but at least try, it touches your heart. And that is a symptom of a good soul.
it's same thing is happens to me when I'm in the train. I feel someone is sad. I feel it. But I
Yes.
don't know, something is pushing me. I just to go and hug them.
Yes, yes. Don't do it always. Be careful. That energy passes on, so
Yeah, sometimes when they are very sad and or crying and so it's happened so many times in the train or in the station. Somebody says very sad. I just go and just touch my, because it's melt my heart.
yes, but it is better not to touch, because the point is there are different kinds of souls, and some souls are able to suck energy very fast, and some souls cannot. So, for example, if I take two kinds of paper, these two papers are actually different papers. Okay, this paper can suck water much faster than this paper. This is alabaster paper. Alabaster paper doesn't suck water so fast, but this is an ordinary paper. And if I take newspaper, print paper, it can suck water even faster. They are all papers. Okay, so you have to be careful, because some souls, uh, because they are thirsty, they attract positive energy very fast, and they can deplete you.
Yeah, it happens to me many times. It's like a vacuum. So I
Yes,
feel it,
yes,
but physically I
yes,
feel it.
yes, yes. So it's better not to touch. From a distance, you pass on your good wishes and divine love and blessings to that person. That is good enough. But touching is it's avoid. It's better to avoid, especially if it is
Okay.
unknown person.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you, Gitu.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Uma, Neelam,
Thank you,
Sachidanand
sir.
sir, Vineet. Thank you, and
Thank
of
you,
course,
Devi.
Prema and
Thank you.
Elba. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
It
Thank
was
you.
really a very nice conversation. No meditation today, but nice conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, much needed, much needed.
Yeah.
One chance to laugh and one chance to see each other and talk to each other.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you
And
so
also
much.
Moshi. Moshi say,
Ah,
bye. Thank you so much. Nice to
thanks,
meet you
thanks.
all.
Bye,
Thank
bye,
you.
bye, bye. Thanks.
Bye.